The Apple naysayers got smacked down last night. Apple came out with huge results, doubling profits, and it really kind of shows it a little too soon to be worrying about Apple.
It's too soon. If your company almost doubles earnings, I'd say it's too soon to doubt the company, especially when they're trading basically at the same price as
now,
the
what exactly, I mean, so the shares went down almost 13% in sort of the few weeks that ran up to the earnings.
A lot of it was just that the stock had run up so fast, and then the stock started to go down, and people started to sell the stock because it was going down. In other words, it was self-fulfilling.
But it picked up about, I mean, this morning it's up nearly 10%, right? So it picked up 50 billion odd in market cap, and you know that's probably half the drop-off since the peak a month or so ago, right? So you know it's kind of come back. It probably did run up too quickly, but you know as you pointed out earlier, this stock trades like a regular S&P company whose growth is a fraction of Apple's,
right?
So it's kind of weird that people would have been
people
caught
are looking for. It's so big. It's the law of big numbers, right?
People are looking for reasons to sell this company because it's so big, and there were two possible reasons people kind of latched onto. One was that Qualcomm said they were having trouble making enough of its most advanced chips,
which Apple doesn't even use yet.
And the other point, of course, is that if any company demands chips and they're going to supply them, it's going to be Apple. Qualcomm is not going to turn away Apple if they possibly can make these things.
But also, I mean, I think there is a question about component costs. I mean, never mind availability. There's a question about whether the new iPad is more expensive for Apple than the last one, whether components and labor is more expensive. But then volumes go up so much over time for Apple that works the other way. I think people sometimes forget that.
Their gross margin is 47%, which suggests Apple can just price the things however they want to.
But you said there's actually like a few real growth drivers that people lost sight of that came through loud and clear last night.
It's easy to kind of latch on to details and forget the bigger story. And the problem is, China is gigantic, and the number of iPhones increased by a factor of 5.
And they've only got a few stores in a couple of big centers. China Mobile's not even selling those phones.
Exactly, and that market's got a ways to go. There's the enterprise market. Still people are still using Windows, and they're still using Blackberries, etc. So that's got a ways to go. And people there's still the halo effect. In other words, people try an iPhone and they still say, I think I'll buy a Mac because it seems
they like that. Everything starts to get stitched together.
Exactly, and these things, there's no sign at all. These trends are ending yet.
I mean, there's certain things that we should be looking for. I mean, we've written a little bit about the real, not Qualcomm's chips and Verizon Wireless, offering subsidies, but there's actually real issues that might be a sign, which still look a few ways off.
Well,
discounting.
You got to look for that. You always. Corporations are increasingly interested in using iPads. We know that they're buying more and more iPads. If you have to start offering discounts for that, if the other products, other rivals catch up, but Apple seems to be staying
It's
ahead.
just a ways off. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on Apple and be back with more breaking views tomorrow.